So one of my personal experiences that I have is, so I went to the gas station, right? I drove down to the gas station, which was like at the corner of uh my place, and it was just like a 5 minute run, and I had just this thought of a car getting T-boned on this intersection going back home. So on my way back home, there actually was a car that got T-boned. And I mean, I was at the gas station for like 5 minutes. I went through that intersection, came back, and there was an accident. So I know that premonitions are real because, I mean, what else can you consider that? It's not a coincidence.
No, well, I mean, one, there are coincidences, but I would say it's not. The pseudo skeptics would say, well, how many times have you ever had that thought come into your head that there was going to be an accident? And the odds are probably not very often at all.
Mhm.
It probably wasn't even, it didn't occur to you unless you actually saw an accident happen, that was something that could happen to people. So it's against the odds, you might say, to have those kinds of experiences. Now, the odd thing that we do know is that if you get enough information related to yourself, you can possibly avoid. So if you were having that premonition about you getting T-boned in an intersection, you could have changed that. And of course, that might have meant somebody else got T-boned, but
Mhm.
that's not you. So you changed your future. And it does seem that, unlike what people always want psychics to do, which is tell the future accurately, it is no better than weather prediction. In fact,
Mhm.
it's probably a little worse because you have human beings making decisions that affect the future that someone's trying to pick up on. So as soon as, for example, a psychic tells you tomorrow you're going to run into this situation at work,
Right.
and you don't want to do that, so maybe you call in sick that day. So it never happens. So now the psychic was wrong, but had you gone to work, the psychic might have been right. There's no way to know which one would have been the case. So that's often called an intervention paradox. We intervene in with these predictions, we change the outcomes. It doesn't mean the psychic was wrong because the psychic was telling you what the future was, unless you make that decision to stay home.
Mm. So
But it boils down to this issue of, is the future set in stone? And for us, we're pretty sure it's not.
what makes you say that? Because it seems like it is. It seems like whatever we're experiencing now, it has already happened.
Well, I mean, it has happened. It's in the past, and there are many different philosophies or philosophical descriptions of how time works. In fact, in physics, there's a lot of variation as well. Time is one of those things that is honestly very difficult to pin down. We don't know enough about it. We do know certain things like Einstein's theory of relativity, and basically time dilation is a real thing. Perception of time is definitely a real thing in general, but it does seem that we can intervene in certain, especially events that affect us directly or we are connected to. We can intervene in those and change that prediction. Now, the prediction might have been wrong to begin with. It might have put you on the path to get to that other future. It's just really hard to really get to that point and decide what's really going on. And to say, of course, the people will, again, the pseudo skeptics, the disbelievers will say, well, psychics make predictions all the time and they're usually wrong. I said, well, I can tell you that's the case again with meteorologists. Unless they're talking about 2 hours from now, they're generally wrong with things or not exactly right. And that's a physical science. People who predict the stock market are often wrong. You predict anything that has a probability to it, and there's a possibility that that probability might change. And that seems to be the case with our future as well. But that's not to say that there aren't models of time which are simultaneous time, that is all existing at the same moment. There's different variations of what time actually is, but we really can't say any more than we don't really know exactly how it works.